to everyone listening, and welcome to another episode of The Ranter. What am I going to chat about today? It's going to be about an article that I read, and you can easily look it up if you have the time to check it, and then if it's still up. It's part of a Toronto Sun article. For the new listeners, I record from Toronto, Ontario, and the article I'm going to talk about is a 73-year-old homeless man. He was homeless and he took up space in a bus shelter for 7 months. And he passed away recently. The thing that touched me about the article was that many people tried to help him and they were trying to get him off the streets. They even called the city to see if they can get officials to get him to go to shelter. In the article, it stated that he refused. At the same time, they were trying to get him to get some medical attention. He seemed to be stabbed twice, and the cause of his death could have been maybe the stabbing because it got infected. The thing that bothered me a little bit about the article was that they were trying to get him to be forced out of the bus shelter and to find shelter in another place. And the thing that it is true, what they did mention in the article, he does have rights. The one thing about this gentleman that when I read the article was that he would refuse any medical attention or any help. He wanted to be independent, he wanted to be alone. A nice thing about the article too was that residents of the nearby buildings would give him clothing, some snacks. He would even get some credits, little cards for him to go buy coffee and food. There was assistance from the homeless shelters. They have like some road people that will go and check up on people. But it touched me. I didn't even suspect to even go by that article or even come across it, and here I am doing a rant about it. The reason for the rant is to show that even though you go through struggles in life, sometimes government can't help you. Government can only do so much, and it's up to the person as well. 73 years old, living out on the streets, you do as you can and what you want. I could understand, and it's very, very common sense. If it's a child, of course, you're going to involve children's aid, but if it's an adult, it's a whole different story. There was even one part of the article, too, that they want to see if they can get some bill or some law passed where you're able to get someone help and force them to be helped. I personally don't believe in that. People have options, and I even mentioned it a couple of times in my rants. People have their own opinions, their own options. Options is a new one for me. After I read this article and then coming to this rant, of course, we all have our opinions, we all have our options. This gentleman seemed to have some options that he could have helped himself with, and he refused. He always declined the help. And then unfortunately, he passed away. Even it's been so tough that they even haven't cleaned out the shelter. His belongings are still there. This was somewhere downtown Toronto. I'm not sure exactly the location. I can't remember, and I don't have the article in front of me. But it did touch me. It's sad, especially what we're going through now in 2020. You try to get people help, and sometimes they accept, and sometimes they don't. Also, even though it's a difficult situation, you gotta accept the fact that some people will reject you. I don't take rejection that good, but at the same time, you learn. I have a coworker that will always tell me, just let it rub off on you. Don't worry about it. Whenever there's something wrong at work. In this situation, it's different. It's something that's for some people. It's like I could have helped them out more and I couldn't, and I didn't. And for some others, like yeah, you just walk by and nobody ever knows what's going on. But that's one thing that I hope that we could all come together with is help out one another in time of need, especially now. People do find ways. I've seen a neighbor that mentioned to me that a fellow neighbor during this pandemic told him, "Hey, if you ever need to groceries or you need to go out, you and your wife let me know and I will help you." It's pretty touching to hear these type of things. Even in the neighborhood that I'm in, we help out one another when we can. Yeah, sometimes we disagree with our neighbors, but the most important thing is to help out. It was touching to hear, not even to hear, to read that they were able to get them food and help them out. That was the most important thing. Elderly people are vulnerable, and sometimes you got to do your part. I'll be honest with you, I have a grandfather. I barely go see him, and I should. It's pretty bad. And then like these little things affect you. And I'm not even doing my part, and here I am ranting about something that I don't even do myself. But it came up, I read it, and I decided to rant about it. To conclude my rant, and I always do this, and everybody knows I do it, theranter2020 at gmail.com. Like, subscribe, enjoy what I rant about, dislike me, everybody has the right to as well. The email, I've already said it once and I'll say it again. Get in touch with me. If you have an idea that you want me to rant about, I will do it. I greatly appreciate that you took the time off your busy day to listen to my rant. Have yourselves a wonderful day.